my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand. Ah, come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
Why, there are no children here at the 4-H club either. Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you gotta make your own moves.
How are the emails going, Rob?
410, I think.
Oh, okay, not too bad.
I'm 17 away from 1,000.
Great.
Can't be happy for me.
Should we kick?
I am. Can't you
We
tell?
just had that whole discussion. You had that whole discussion, and you can't even be happy for me.
I am. This is me being happy. I think it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great.
I've
I
never
think
seen that.
1,000. Good for you. I want 2,000. You can make 100 grand. Fuck that. $500,000. That's what I want to see. Get on it. Get on it. I want it to be the best book in CG. I know you could do it. I know you could do great. I want you to make 200 day one. All right. Day two, another 200. Day three, 400. That's what I want to see. Nothing
so
but
good at
success
that.
for you and your family. I want your kids to grow up and be millionaires.
Oh shit!
That's
Thank
it.
you. I'm touched.
Yeah, I know.
I wish all the same for you too, Camel. Ah! You missed my charming little chuckle. I said it's been a while since I've seen that one. How the bloody hell are you? Late night drawing stream post work. I'm actually going to draw on my drawing stream, unlike Shane, which I didn't see any evidence on. There was a lot of talking. It's actually a pretty good stream. I enjoyed it, but I didn't see anything. Apparently, it's all spoilers. I just pick and choose what I show on the stream. It's not that hard. Although I don't have a tiger mum on my back. Mel likes it when I share stuff. Mo says, I'm actually going to draw on a drawing stream. First time for everything. Well, I am lying. I'm going to flat. So, yeah. I've drawn before a couple of times. Hope you are well. I don't know what time it is, but thank you very much for being here at this late hour. We've got 17 in the chat. 4 on Rumble. How the Rumble gang. That's over 20. We can work with that. We can work with that. You guys can... we can bounce ideas off each other. Bretsky the Great was in here first. Such a shame. Thank you, by the way, Bretsky. I sent out an email today, and Bretsky sent an email right back. And Bretsky, can I tell the people what you said? It was so... I was so happy to hear it. It really did make my day. Ali sent out a tweet. Oh, no, it wasn't Ali. No, it was someone else. Just some woman sent out a tweet asking, "Are guys really like this? Whenever they get a compliment, they remember it for the rest of their lives." And I was like, yes, I still remember compliments from when I was a kid. I hope Bretsky doesn't think I'm speaking out of turn here. But I shared some art. He called it, and I quote, in all caps, by the way, magical. You wake up to that. And, well, I didn't wake up to it. I logged into it. He wasn't the only one either. I had a bunch of people respond to that email. with very high praise. I want to thank everyone who responded. Thank you so much. Hello, Tech Zombie. Hello, Hell Dear. Hello, William Wellborn, who's in Queensland right now on holiday. Well, have fun. As a Queensland boy myself, I have fond memories of the state. I haven't been back in, I'm gonna say 10 years. Haven't been in Queensland. He says it's warming up. It's always warm in Queensland. 40% Zed says yes, his insomnia is paying off. We're joined by Jeremy Burtz. I see Mo Biggs. Hail, Mo Biggs. I was hanging out on Michael T's channel. I'll be going for about an hour and a half, and then afterwards I'll raid back into Michael T's fun gang over there. Like hanging out with those fellas. John's in the house. Maromi. Did I say Tech Zombie? I think I did. I'll say it again. Butterbear's here. Who else? Who else? Butterbear says, I think it's too funny the writers are going to picket. Hold on a sec. I got a mobile phone number calling me. There's some random scammer. Alright, no, I don't want to answer it. Do they know I'm streaming? I apologize. I'm going to pick it with the actors. They can't even remember what 6 months ago. Isn't that over? Didn't they come to an end with that thing? The strike? I haven't been paying attention. Been in my own world. Junk66. How you going, buddy? What else we got? Sumo Thori in the house. I remember that one time I made the mistake of complimenting Bancroft. It was on a skip stream and Bancroft wasn't even in the chat, but his ego radar is always on. I remember it. I remember it well, Mo. That was the last time I called Bancroft's phone at a compliment. It's probably Mo calling me. Imagine if it was. Imagine if it was. This is what I sent out today. Progress update number 2. Hello, Lucent fans and backers. I just send the email out to everyone because it's sort of like it's an update / marketing thing. I actually got a bunch of sales too, which is awesome. Thank you to everyone who backed today. Haven't had a sale in a while, so that was good. Coming to the end of the month. I keep looking at the date. What's that? 5 days left. I've got a few panels to show off from the 16 new pages that I'm on track to finish in September. I've got a schedule to keep, and I look like I will be on track to meet it, which is very good. Because I got another 16 pages to finish in October. So, yeah. Once they're done, that'll be half the colors finished. Very important. Getting through it. Getting through it. Buddha Bear says, compliments to a man is a lot like a pawn you love but can't find. What an interesting metaphor. Don't know the person's name. Don't know the person's name but when all the details are in the memory. Well, usually the memory is better than the real thing. Isn't it? Richard Gradwell is here. Hello, Richard. Steve is here. Steve thought I was still streaming at 11 p.m. and I'm finding this is an ongoing theme. I was listening to the chat the other day. Good show. But I was a little bit perturbed to hear. But I was listening to the criticism. This is a failure on my part. That Amanda wasn't aware of my streaming schedule. Amanda B. Who I very much would love to have in the chat always. But she's like, I don't know when he streams anymore. It's like, I mean, I guess that's on me. I switched from 11 p.m. to 9 p.m. I've been doing 9 p.m. For what, a year now? I guess I need to let people know. 9 p.m. Wednesday to Saturday for an hour. I thought everyone knew, but no, apparently not. But I gotta let people know. She also said she wants me to get back onto the topics, and I would love to. I just don't know what to talk about anymore. I feel like topicked out. John points out 9 p.m. is not great for those with families, Bancroft. That is true. Well, that is true. I got that criticism for about 3 months from Jasper every day. The problem is 11 p.m. runs into Jack, it runs into Bowlers, it runs into pretty much everything. Everyone decided all of a sudden that they're going to stream super late. It used to be empty, but that's how it goes. Yeah, the Amanda wants the topics back. I would. I don't know what to talk about. How many times are we going to talk about shipping and late books and what else? Getting books, more books out. I don't know. I just don't know if I have any more to say on the matter. Maybe if there's like something to do with woke or I don't know, anything else CG related, I would. I just can't come up with that many topics. I feel like I did topics for 2 years and I feel like I said everything that needs to be said on anything. But maybe I haven't. What does Mo say? Topics. Why do people who aren't me think they can tell Bancroft how to run the show? No, she was just giving an explanation as to why she hasn't been catching as many shows. Topics are good. I agree, John. I built the streams on the topics. It's just, I don't know, maybe I need to get back to it. On time book for years. Bancroft is royalty. Let's go over his ancestors' deeds. I would do that show. Absolutely would. The only problem is, there's sadly about 5 million others, or maybe probably more. Probably runs in the tens of millions when you get to the others, who share my prestigious lineage. Doesn't seem as special when you put it like that. Oh, there's Michael T. Hello, Michael T. Yeah, well, I'll raid you after the show. I'll go for until I'll run the show for an hour and a half. That should be enough time to get all the flatting done that I need to do. Bancroft, people are always joining and leaving CG. Not everyone has heard every topic, you know. That is true. Maybe I'll do more topic shows. I would be interested. The other thing I always felt a bit weird about is you get someone on the show as a guest and then you just drop a topic on them and you don't know if they're going to be interested or know anything about it. I don't know. I think I'd do the topic shows by myself. I used to be able to bounce them off Joe, but Joe isn't streaming anymore, so... Yeah, Steve says topics are boring. Well, boring topics are boring. I'll grant you that. I've done a fair few of them. Interesting topics are not boring. Mo says, you call the show Hot Topic. You'll always at least have Ali in the chat. Oh, no. To your question, the writer have to deal... the writers have a deal still to be voted on by the members. Right, so they have a deal, but we're waiting to see if the strike is over. Thank you. Is Joe good these days? Yes, Joe is back on track in a big way. He's not ready to come back on streams, but yeah, he's doing really well, so it's fantastic. And he's back working on the Lucent. It's all good. Amanda misses the banter between Michael and Rob. Me too, Jeremy Burtz. Me too. I love that show. I look forward to that show every week. But you can't force a Rob Arnold to stream when he doesn't want to. Alright, back to my progress update that I sent out today. So once those 16 pages are done, I'll be half finished. These are some of the, if you saw this, these are some of the panels, which is a little recap. It's him here, Mystery Man, giving a little bit of a recap of what he saw. And there's Ella, lightning bolting into, I can never remember the name of this station. Circus? No, it's not. No, that's different. I can't remember. Anyway. Junk 666 remembers the Millionaires now, don't we all? The view from inside the glass. I like that colouring on the glass. That came out well. This is the one I shared on Twitter today and YouTube. I like it. Ella with her explosive powers. And then the aftermath. Look at everyone. This guy here, I didn't mean to do this, but this guy, can I zoom in? Will it let me? I don't think it'll let me. Oh, it will. Cool. This guy here, up here, is the spitting image. And I don't know how I did this. It's a spitting image of one of my best friends from the old rollerblading days. Simon Gillespie. I don't know how that happened, but man, it looks like him. Which is pretty cool. So I can say he's in the book. Piccadilly or whatever. Thank you, Martin. He likes the lightning effect. Yeah, I actually do use the lightning brush for that, but I clean it up. And then I put some layer effects on it. Oh yeah, check that out. Hold on a sec. What did I say there? 794 backers. So I think I got 2 backers, maybe 3 from that email. Thank you very much to everyone. Where is it? 2. 65,700. Yeah, I got a big... someone bought all the Lucent books, which is great. 4 away from 800. Thank you very much. All right, I kind of did... Mo says Sprint Chicken would look nice in that crosswalk. Is there any place I could add in Sprint Chicken into Painted Death? Yes, there is. I know exactly where I can put in Sprint Chicken. I'll add him into the Gilgamesh scene. That's what I'll do. I've been thinking of ways I can make Flipper Jimmy a real thing. The only way I can think of, I kind of clickbaited everyone here. I'm not actually going to be doing any Flipper Jimmy work, even though I made him the thumbnail. Where is it? Share screen. I'm just going to be doing some flats from some new panels that I've done. They're actually reworking of older panels, but hey, you know me. I ain't above reworking, copying and pasting. We got to get stuff done here. Not that Gilgamesh scene. No, not that one. When he arrives in Dilmoon and he's looking around and there's people around, he's in the, like, where all the grass is. We could have a chicken running around there. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Is there any place the real reason is why Sprint Chicken is in every scene? Every scene. Well, like, it's your thing? Like, you gotta find the chicken in every scene? Alright. Hello, Cowabunga Joe over on Rumble. How many people got on Rumble? 6 watching. Fantastic. At this late hour. It strikes me that pretty soon, actually, these draw streams will be earlier. Because we're doing the... what's it called? Daylight savings. So, that'll be happening in October, I think. Pretty sure. So I've got to fix these flats. They're all out of whack. They're all weird. They're not what they should be. That's okay. We'll sort them out. I'm gonna light the scene differently to how it was lit in Waking Dream, because the candles won't be on this time. Should that be that color? What is that? It doesn't matter. I just need to... I've got all these gradients in here which shouldn't be in there. That's from when I used to do it the old style. So I'm going to get rid of all them. Do this properly. Print like I'm a professional so I don't get yelled at again by Kyle Ritter like I did that time. How embarrassing. Deleted that stream. If I did topics again on shows, what sort of things would people be interested in hearing? I just don't know anymore. I just... Rob's feeling the same way. He's like, I feel like we've said everything And if unless you, but Rob was more of a he was more of a low key drama farmer. You know, Rob would get into the goss of the day. I don't see myself doing that. That's not really my interest. So if we're not doing that, I don't know what we talk about. Phil says his good friend Jeff Ruby was great. Well, I'm glad you and Jeff had a good time catching up. And your other buddy, whoever you went with. What did you eat at Jeff's house? Mo says only Bancroft could make Kyle raise his voice. I had him shaking his head, that's for sure. He was not having it. He didn't take kindly to my coloring jokes. Simply Green says, did enjoy the discussion vids, things like distribution and such. I enjoy it as well. I just don't know how much other people enjoy it. I just don't know. It's got to be something I'm actually interested in. I'm not just going to discuss something just because it's, I don't know, whatever. Ethan had an interesting stream today. He just turned the camera on. It was funny. Because obviously I don't think Ethan streamed in a week since Comicsgate Kings. Did he even stream Comicsgate Kings? I think he took a break. And he was talking about the state of CG and everything. And it was funny because it makes you realize that, yeah, there are large number of people in Ethan's chat who, to them, Ethan's chat is the be-all and end-all of CG. Maybe like Ethan and John's chat, maybe, probably. John gets about almost the same numbers now. You know, anything, like, they were like, there's been no CG streams in 2 weeks or something, some of them were saying. And I'm like, that's a cold hit of water in the face. I mean, even Shane has been streaming too. It must be for him as well. You know, that's like, oh damn. All right, that's how it is. I mean, that's how it is. It is what it is. Shane did Kings. Yeah, that's what I thought. It would need to be something that will hold the chat's attention, says Mo. Maybe have Jasper on to debate the merits of digital printing. I feel like you're pulling my leg there, Mo. Jasper and I don't see eye to eye on digital printing, by the way. I think Jasper has a different idea of what digital printing is and what it can be. And I really don't see any merit in trying to change his mind. It doesn't really matter. There's a lot of overlap across creators, discussions, coloring techniques, story writing, French style. I agree with what Shane said the other day when he said he's not here to teach comics. And for me, I resonate with that a lot because I don't feel like I'm in any position to teach anyone. I'm working on my second ever book. I'm essentially an amateur who's lucked out in CG. I know things about pre-press. I know like that like book layout and stuff. I'm a professional in that field, but plus as well, I know people do like that stuff. People find the kind of how the sausage is made discussion good. I know they like that. I just wonder, you know, how big that can grow. You know? I don't know. Dan Lawless is posting coloring tutorials. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. For just the same reason that I said. I've thought about doing that, and I think I agree with Shane. I think much better off just entertaining people in some way. Whatever that is. I mean, I think the ultimate goal the ultimate goal would be if you were to have fan discussions about the books, lively fan discussions with hundreds of people. That, I think if you could get to there, you would be golden. You wouldn't need anything else. But we're not there. We're not even close to there. For just, random books. You could probably get that with Cyberfrog. But even then, there's not a huge amount to discuss. So, we're ways off that. So we got to kind of keep the lights on until we're there. Uh-oh. Star Trek? Who's bringing up Star Trek? Who said Star Trek? Is this Mo? Stay away from pre-press talk. You'll lose your monetization. Star Trek will only cost him the Mo in monetization. Oh, John said it? Oh, Star Trek talk. Right, I get it now. Shane has been streaming and creating websites and has 2 books out. 1 incoming. Is it? No, he's got 3, doesn't he? Is it only 2? The Starlight Cats and Inglorious Rex. Is it only 2? I thought he was on 3. Yeah, it is only 2. Huh. I thought he had more. Anyway, yeah. We've got, 2 incoming now. The one close to learning how to make a comic is Rob's Kickstarter top playlist and the creative block streams, says Athaline. Simply Green says there isn't enough CG backlog. Maybe go back and discuss some. I would like to do that. I just wonder if anyone's that interested. Maybe they would be. I do like doing the deep dive shows. It's just, I need to make sure I've actually read the books so we can do that. And there's that is it's not like going to be an ongoing idea either. You get to a point where you've gone through everything. It is, however, only 2, says Sir Angus Fungus. Shit. It is fun to say that. Alright, I gotta pick up the pace here. There is something cathartic about flatting. I don't know what it is. People hate it. I like that there's only... Here's what I like. It's the same reason I used to like maths when I was a kid. There's a wrong way to do it and a right way to do it. And that's it. There's no shades of grey. How did you draw that eye? Oh, it's you could do this better. You could, like, whatever. There's 100 different ways to draw an eye. 1,000,000. With flatting, you do it. It's right or it's wrong. I like that. To add to that, says Athaline, I haven't seen any on comic layout and structure, how to make it flow, though I only hang out in a small part of CG. They've done that on the creative block, I'm pretty sure. If it was me, I would just spend the whole time promoting indie comics, but I don't know how popular that is. It seems to be you need to kind of have another hook to get people in the door. The wrong way is to call it maths. Yeah, Camel and Camel's wife called me out on that in when I was over there. They're like, "Did you say maths?" It's apparently a thing. You guys say math. We say maths. Math just sounds wrong. I'm sorry. Kay says, Bancroft, a request. Could you please make one of those books white-faced dick? I won't make one of these because it would look weird. But I have a... I'll make one of these because I did put... I'm happy to put... text on some of these because they did do that in Waking Dream of a little Easter egg stuff. So yes, I will make one of these white-faced dick. Which will be funny. So many books. Lots of books in the Lucent. Must be trying to say something. Ali sent out a tweet today. Saying if she knows any kids who read. All the kids that I know of, I mean, I don't know them well. I didn't, Victoria's friends or nephews and stuff. They all read, but apparently that's very rare. My kids certainly read. We've made sure of that. I wish Victoria read more, but beggars can't be choosers. I like books, what can I say? Simply Green, I mentioned the French style in regards to the panel layouts, etc., rather than the physical format. Manga would be another to cover, but lots already not up Bancroft's alley. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't know a great deal. I don't know if I could speak super intelligently on that stuff. Covering shows, like doing shows on French books in the same way that, say, Joe Sontag does a lot of the, 90s books, that's definitely something I would be interested in doing. Because I want to know more about them too. And I feel like I've only scratched the surface with a lot of that stuff. So that is a good idea. Thank you for that, Simply Green. Bancroft does maths in the catacombs, says KSS. It's very dark down there. Mo says Bancroft needs to make a white-faced dick audiobook. Is that the secret to YouTube's streaming success? It was funny though. It just struck me, it just reminded me of where, how the scene actually functions being in Ethan's chat today. It's like, wow, probably 90% of the people in the chat have no idea what's happening in CG outside of Ethan, John, Shane, and, whoever's on the Kings. It really is like that. And I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to get them interested in other things that are happening in Comicsgate. A lot of them were saying things like, the other CG streamers are just boring. They're not interested. And while I don't agree, it's like it's not their thing. I like hanging out in chats where there's not that many people because I feel like that's maximum engagement. But most people don't. They like to be where everyone else is, in the big chats. That's their thing. And it's not as if you can just take an audience like that and just spread it out. It just doesn't work like that. People are interested in what they're interested in. Sorry, I'm just reading your bizarre comments here. Mo says, if you paid attention in English's class, you realize the word is maths. Like histories and geographies. I don't know why you think it's so weird. He says maths is right there on the school schedule. No, I say school schedule. Don't ask me why. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's English. I say, I received my school schedule today in a white envelope. That's what I say. And I scold my kids if they say it any differently. Moromi says Vaughn is building up his channel. Yeah, I was having fun in Vaughn's chat earlier. That was good. Good times. Oh yeah, people are building up their channels. It's just it always is like a real wake up call to the situation when you see like there are like most people thought nothing is happening in CG when Ethan isn't streaming. And yeah, like I said, I mean, that's on us for not entertaining them better in the way that they want to be entertained. David L. Hey there, Bancroft and chat. Mo says, what's an envelope? It's like a white sleeve made of paper that you put letters in. An envelope. This is a Bancroft Aussie lingo quiz in Australia Day. Dumb old Vic says, I think John's, Shane's, and Cecil's content is very played out. Talking about nothing, stupid edgelord, or half-assed attempts at jokes. No DC Marvel stories are way more interesting. I don't know. It really depends. I really like Cecil's sense of humor. I can listen to him just kind of joke around for hours, no problem. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the Ballers or the Jack Show. Just not my style. But they're hugely popular. People love it. And I know Camel and us and Phil and Rob, we have a great old time talking about like laughing at stuff on the internet. I think ours is a bit more focused though, and we do discuss actual topics. But I know people love the Marvel and DC stuff. To me, that's like snooze fest. Whenever anyone starts getting into old stories about what happened at Marvel and all that kind of I tap out. I say no. I couldn't be interested less in that stuff. So it's just each to their own, you know. Everyone's got their own interests. 40% Zed, he was listening from the kitchen. He came back to add his 2 cents about how maths is stupid. What other word do you shorten by removing the middle and stitching the ends together? I don't know. I didn't come up with the rules. The rules just are what they are. KSS says, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the deers and the envelope play. You know what the Australian version of that is? Give me a home among the gum trees with lots of plum trees, a sheep or two and a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. Dumb old Vic loves hearing the professional artist stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, again, I like that stuff too. It just depends on who's doing it. Like, I could listen to Kelsey all day. I like listening to Art T Bear, Ethan. It just depends. Depends on what mood I'm in as well. Did Rob's old dirge say bully of tea or belly of tea? I thought it was a billy of tea, just with an accent, because a billy is like a tin you hang over a fire to cook your tea in. So I think it's a billy of tea. Billy. Mo says the Marvel and DC stuff died when they ended up not releasing the new Warriors. Think of all the streams you could have had about the adventures of Snowflake and Safe Space. Yeah, we screwed up on that. Winslow Cross likes my tune. Atheline says, the fact that you remember this is astounding, Bancroft. I sing it all the time. I'm a dinky die Aussie. People don't realize that. True blue. Simply Green likes Timey Kangaroo Down Sport. Atheline says, I can't even remember the old Billabong song. You mean Waltzing Matilda? John, Kelsey stopped streaming. Yeah, that's what they're talking about as well on Ethan's. You know, a lot of those... Well, John isn't streaming for 2 weeks. Shane's been streaming. I don't think Shane has stopped. Rainey has been streaming. Yeah. But that's normal for Kelsey. He's, you know... Kelsey's streaming is not necessarily the norm. I do miss it, though. I was really getting into his daily hangouts. So Angus Fungus says Tucker bags are making a comeback. Are they? Where's that jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Mo says, I prefer the Billabong song performed by a young hockey. All right, let me click this, see what this is. All right, I don't know what I watched. I don't know what that is. A second, I get me. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Oh, a comeback. Sorry, Sir Angus Fungus. Yes, I read that wrong. KSS, I pointed that out. Shane streamed last night to draw at 3 a.m. We never saw... I say draw because we never saw him draw. We listened to piss him off by listening to Perch to say dumb shit. That was so funny. I didn't realize. I don't think I know who Perch is. I didn't know if I've ever watched a Perch video. I always thought, and I don't know why I thought this. I think I always thought that Wes Thinking Critical was Perch, which is really... I don't know why I thought that. But I guess I did. I never, I guess I've never listened to Perch before. I've heard people say, you know, well, I heard Shane say he doesn't like him. But, there you go. The things you find out. What is a billabong? Asked David L. A billabong is like a little pond, like a little dam. A small body of water. in, you know, like a field or something. It's what Waltzing Matilda is about. It's about a guy who is having a tea at the side of a billabong when he sees a sheep that he steals, and then some, I guess, like old bush police come up with a drover and arrest him for stealing the sheep. But instead of being arrested, he jumps into the billabong. Who is worse, Savile or Harris? Sir Angus Fungus. Look, they both, you know, should get the bullet either way, but I don't know what Harris did, actually. Actually, I didn't really know what either of them did. I just know it's bad. Alright, gonna be difficult. There were a couple of clowns called Zig and Zag here as well, who were also, you know, doing the nasty back in the 80s. I actually was at a private birthday party, and they were there, and these were like proper, you know, TV entertaining clowns, because it was some big rich person's event. Luckily, nothing bad happened to me. But they were big celebrities as well back in the 80s. Oh, speak of the devil, there's John Malin. He hasn't abandoned us. See, he's right there. And Sumo Thori, absolute bloody legend, has just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Sumo. You get one of these.
You little ripper!
Buddha Bear, Anonymity, Maiden Hell, Phantom Harlock, and Biker Angelo are all members. Thank you so much, Sumo. Perch wanted to fight Malin and Shane. Perch is a good name for him. He perched permanently on the fence. Won't take a stand to save his life. Yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to the guy. I for some reason, I don't know why I thought this, I thought that was Thinking Critical. So I always thought people were going like really hard on, because I think he's fine, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. But I guess I just wasn't thinking of the same person. Don't ask me why I thought that, by the way. You know, you just think things sometimes. Bancroft, I should get guests on. I go ask Yahoo Serious. Yeah, Pete Samedi's been getting crazy good guests on. I get, you know, the guests are great. I love talking to people. It's just always, it's a lot of work organizing that stuff, and I'm just so focused on the book at the moment. Maybe that will be my next incarnation. I'll get back to because I do like the sort of Joe Rogan style, and that's what Pete Samedi's doing too, kind of fireside chat stuff. I do like that, but it's always just, you know, it's kind of a job in and of itself, getting that stuff all organized, you know, especially if I'm doing 4 nights a week or something. Malin alert says Atherline. Yes, Malin said he wasn't streaming, nothing about watching. I hear he's doing the carnivore diet, which I would like to do. But unfortunately, I don't know how anyone could possibly afford to do it here in Melbourne. It'd be like, cost you $100 a day. Meat is like an extravagance here. Getting friggin' ridiculous. Having said that, I did have some delicious meat last night. Not that kind, Mo Biggs. Kesa says, "Oh crap! He took my get guest comment seriously. Don't get guest bankrupt. I'm tired of new people. We need new people. That's how this thing grows." Runs to says EVS was focused on a baseball player's ass. I saw that. Is that what happens at baseball games? You just yell at the opposing team's guys as they get ready? Or is that just Ethan? Is that a normal thing that they do? It seems very intimate, you know, compared to other sports, where it feels like it's probably a bit more detached. Okay, says can't remember new people's names. John says Kelsey will abandon you. The sooner you accept it, the easier it will be. Yeah, everyone's saying where's Kelsey? It's I'm sure he's working. He always does this. He always has, and I think he always will. But hopefully I will be seeing Kelsey in Vegas next year. I've already started my plans on how to build up a bankroll so that I can take Vegas by storm. I told Camel I want to go there with 5,000 to play with. He laughed at me. It's not that much. It's not that much if you're going to win. If I could double that to 10, I would consider that a job well done. Heckling is normal, Bancroft, just like we do you here. Oh, there you go. It was really intimate though. I felt kind of bad for the guy. It was like, oh, he's just trying to do his job, and there's a dude in the stands just really going. But I suppose all is fair in sport and war. You know? Got PTP in the house. How you going? How many people are watching? Oh, we got 54 people watching. Something. Well, there's a lot of people coming in. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do like the stream. Share it out. You know, all that good stuff. 6 over on Rumble. Rumble growing. 616 followers over there. Rumble showing just the other week why they are so necessary. Not bowing to the cancel culture mob. Keep that in mind. Sark says, Camel laughs at everyone, Bancroft. Yeah. No, he said his wife would kill him if he ever gambled $5,000. Well, I wouldn't put it all on at once. I mean, unless I probably wouldn't just sit down with $5,000. You know. Even that's a bit rich for my blood. But you know, if you dole it out over a period of time, it's, you know, it's much easier to swallow. That's how it works, I think. You could do like Camelot, says Buddha Bear, but maybe just one weekly show with a guest or solo. If no love that night. Yeah, I look at what others are doing. I'm seeing. I like to promote books, though. That's kind of like what I really like to do. Even though it's probably not the most popular thing to do out there. And I feel like if I stream less, I would get to promote less books. I don't enjoy watching or hosting those kind of like panel shows where you just get a bunch of people on and promote. I much prefer to do a one-on-one where I kind of get to chat with the guy or gal. That's just sort of my own personal preference. So if I streamed less, I wouldn't be able to do that as much. I love doing the launch streams, and sometimes they come in thick and fast, and I wouldn't want to restrict that. Just don't play anyone who is retired on Vegas. They are above most people's level. I think I could pretty well go toe-to-toe with anyone at sort of the $500 to $1,000 buy-in level in Vegas. I wouldn't be scared of anyone at those levels, regardless of whether they're a pro or anything. On any given day, luck plays a lot more of a role than people like to admit. And I would much rather be lucky than good. But it does also help to be good too. Why isn't Rob streaming lately? Ask How's Your Father. Rob is on a hiatus. He's trying to get better, essentially, physically. He's still not fully recovered. Just like Joe, who I used to stream with every day as well. Joe is getting back. I don't know if he'll end up streaming again, but he's on the mend, so that's really cool. Importantly, he's working on the Lucent, doing editing right now as we speak. Maromi says, I think I'm going to start working 5 days a week for a decent role. A poker role? Yeah, I don't usually hear that word spoken about in any context that isn't poker. Rumble, John says, Rumble is Canada-based. I fear they are just YouTube in waiting and building their platform on conservatives to ban later. That is a distinct possibility, John. YouTube used to be crazy, the stuff you could listen to on this site. It was amazing. It was so good. I'm thinking kind of 2010, 2011. 2012. Even up till 2014, 15, it was good. But yeah, and then, you know what happened. So Angus Fungus, what did Narwhal do? Serious question. He seems rad. Nothing. He makes good books. I really like Narwhal. He's definitely a creator I would consider a friend, and it's very friendly with. Are people beefing with Narwhal? I wasn't aware of that. But again, I'm not aware of much these days. We need more shows, says PTP. Wink, wink. Well, you do your shows at like 4 a.m. in the morning for me, Patrick. I have my limits. I'm not just going to get up willy-nilly in the, unless it's like a launch or something of my book. It's really hard. You hit me. I do kind of sound like Palpatine though when I'm up that early. But that's kind of my most productive drawing time too, and I really can't. I would jump on JDAs as well. Anyone really who streams in the morning, but I'm not productive when I'm. As you can see, it's taking me half an hour to reflat a small scene here. But gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, Patrick T, did you watch Breaking Away yet? I haven't. No. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. $2 from Patrick T. No, I haven't. I've just been watching Mr. Robot. We're trying to finish that off. You know, when you start a show and you're like, I gotta finish this before we move on, otherwise I'll never get back to it. And it did start to annoy me at one point, but I think it's gonna end okay, hopefully. No spoilers, please. Someone clipped that. What did I say? But I will check it out. Thank you, Patrick, for reminding me. Dungeoneer talk. So Angus Fungus hates the fighting. We've always fought, though. Comicsgate always fight. A dinner roll, maybe? I gotta catch up with the chat here. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. A sack. Hold on a sec. Don't hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Michael Deitcher. I think I miss Rob's quick wit and jolly demeanor. Me too. I was hanging out with him on the weekend. I said, come back, stream with me. He was like, you know. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to push it. Bancroft, I bought a scratch-off lottery ticket. Before I did, I imagined that I won 500, and guess what? I won 500. Damn, it should have imagined 200k. That's your fault. That's your problem. Perberg is genius, and he's got a giant head. Not as giant as this one. Check this out. He's actually very normal in real life. Actually, you kind of I'm talking about in both his stature and the way he looks and the way he talks. He's a very normal guy. Bancroft, it only feels like 4 a.m. because you get so sleepy after a few minutes. That is true. Once Bancroft hits the Rini Shane level, he'll do 4 a.m. shows. I've done plenty of 4 a.m. shows. Isn't it 4 a.m. somewhere now? What are you guys saying? Thank you, Mortal V, for posting the link to the lucentcomic.com. First episode of Mr. Robot was so good, but it didn't stay for long. Good for long. Yeah, it gets a bit, funnily enough, it gets a bit political, which is a little annoying, but, you know, is what it is. You said it comes in thick and fast. We all know what you're referring to. I didn't even remember what I was referring to. Patrick T, I'm Team John on the Dungeoneers. They brought you to Outback Steakhouse for F's sake. Who did? I went with Camel and his wife to Outback Steakhouse, and it was amazing. I was really surprised. I thought it might be bad, but it wasn't. It was great. I go back. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's 1 a.m. there. Oh, okay. Bancroft said the Outback Steakhouse's bloomin' onions were just as good as the ones back home. Exactly. East Coast 4 a.m. gang. Yeah, see? Same difference? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, Patrick T. Yeah, Christopher Gorey agrees. Outback is decent. I had a good steak there. I had steak and lobster tail, and I got a beer. I didn't get the Foster's, obviously. It came in an oil can. I did want to see what the hell that was, but I decided against it. And just got some Australian beer on tap. I don't know what it was. It was good. Recommend. Malin says shots fired. Okay, no more CGP. What's CGP? CG. Can't figure that out. How are the Kookaburra wings? I didn't get the Kookaburra wings. That is weird. I'm guessing they're not Kookaburra wings. Obviously, it's just chicken wings. But I thought that was very funny. It's just like they just put random Australian sounding words in there. They put Queensland in there. And I thought, well, I guess if there's Queensland, we should put Kingsland in there too. Comicsgate presents. Oh, right. Oh, no. Yeah. Hey, no, they work. They work. They absolutely work. It's just not like, you know. I do heaps of promoting myself. I've seen so many of these books already. I'm talked to so many of these guys. This is like not the kind of show I want to watch. But no, absolutely, like Pimp My Comic, Comicsgate Presents. No, they work. They do their job. It's just I don't want to put on those shows. As well, on top of it too, you get all these guys, and hey, it's Comicsgate. Some of them are fighting with each other, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. Bancroft hates all the popular shows. I do not. I like lots of shows. My favorite popular show right now is probably Cecil's. Yeah, that's the one I'm most likely to watch. CG Kings, Cecil's. That'd be my two big popular shows that I regularly watch. But yeah, no, I like the shows with, you know, you'll see them in there. Like I'm in there, you know, with 10 people watching. I just like hanging in the chat sometimes. Those kind of look like nips, Bancroft. What do? That's a radiator. Sumo. KSS, I plan to launch my comic on Dark Gift's neutral ground. Figure I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'm liking Dark Gift's show more and more. I hang out in the so-called CG slums quite a bit these days, and I enjoy it. I like Finatras. I like Dark Gifts. I like... is that it? Regularly? I don't know. I pop in here and there. I guess it depends on what you call the slums. I don't want to call anyone's show the slums that don't call themselves the slums, you know? I don't know if that's an insult. Mo's wondering if that could have been a medical emergency. The noob moves just kept typing M in the chat. Could have been. So Angus Fungus Bancroft lurking on that Zia. That I'm less interested in. And I'm not only saying that because Mel is probably listening. No. That stuff is not really my thing. But you guys probably already gleaned that from me. How's your father says, it's okay, I'm in love with Zia too, Bancroft. Well, that's your thing, how's your father? You do you. Each to their own. I'm happily married. Kaya says, Bancroft, you started stream about an hour and 11 minutes ago. I'm asking because Dark Gift will need to clip your praise and add it to his 38-minute intro. Yeah, about then. His intro is slowly turning into Bancroft's propaganda trailer. Is it? Oh, I wasn't aware. I don't know if I've ever caught the intro. I think the only intro I caught was his recent what was that show called? The Neutral Ground. And I don't know if he played a long intro on that one. It's funny though when you think back, you know, the people who kind of come and go in Comicsgate, and you think like who's gonna stick around, who's gonna bug out, who's gonna rise, who's gonna fall. It's interesting. That is something to think about. You know, the people who have actually stuck around and like Finn. Finn does his show regularly. Still here after all these years, you know? And he's not selling a book. He's a fan hanging out. Poland, RIP. Remember I saw Poland in whose chat was that? Oh, when I was on Jay, Drunk 3PO's channel. I was on Jay's channel, and Poland was in the chat. I had no idea he hung out there. It was awesome to see him. Eric says, I don't understand simping. Porn is the thing. I saw a I saw a short or something on that the other day, and it was like, who are these people out here paying for OnlyFans? In 2023. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. There he is. Hail Finatra. Here's a fist bump and a shigama. Cameron says CG stands for Circle Gurks. Is in gherkins? Micro. Yeah, no, I saw him. And a big, massive shout out to Drunk 3PO. Such a nice guy, that guy. How did Poland get out of the J6 gulag? I've actually DM'd Poland a couple of times over the years. And he's still kicking. He's around. He's obviously not hanging out in CG circles anymore, but he's around. And it was such a cool surprise to see him in Jay's chat. I don't know if he was there because he knew I was on, or he's a regular there. I watch Jay's show about once every couple of weeks or something. So I'm not like super regular there, but because I'm not so much, I don't watch any of the Star Wars stuff anymore. I'm completely done with all that. And that's kind of his interest. Fernatra says, "You're the sheriff in Dungeon Island," to John Malin. John says, "I'm buying a comic book shop too. I'll have a sex dungeon in the basement so all CGs feel welcome." Well, more options, I suppose. Better than no options. See, this is confusing, Camel. Gurks or jerks, as in GIF or Jim. See, that doesn't make sense to me. You know it's pronounced GIF with a hard G. It's all quite a pickle. Drunk 3PO, J. Yes. He's one of the nicest guys I've met on YouTube. Although I'm sure he probably doesn't appreciate that. No one likes to be called a nice guy. So I take that back. I do like the video he plays of what's that character that Ethan chopped off the heads of the toy, the Asian chick from whatever it's called. I did like that video he plays. Rose Tico, yes, that's the one. Yeah, he's got this little animation with the cool music. I don't know, it's just, I like it. What can I say? Well, we have 64 people watching here tonight at this late hour. Thank you so much. I'm flatting. I'm currently in the coloring stage of Painted Death. I do still have some pages to draw. Thankfully, not too many. But I'm trying to get the bulk of the coloring work done, because that's the part that takes the longest for me anyway. So I'm on a pretty strict schedule to get it all done by a certain date. Because I do, like everyone, want to be, what do they say? Nice guy, on time books. I want that for me. I see others getting there, and I want it for me. Mo's out of here. See you, Mo. Good night. I shall see you in a few days. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I won't be streaming. Marumi says, I would never use nice as a compliment. The word's origin is negative too. Is it really? Gluminati asks, have I ever done a Tim Tam Slam? Yes, of course. I said earlier I'm a true blue dinky die Aussie. Yes, of course I've done a Tim Tam Slam. For anyone who isn't aware, that's when you take a Tim Tam and you bite off two corners. And so Tim Tam is a rectangular chocolate biscuit. Chocolate biscuit. Oh, you guys wouldn't call it a biscuit. I guess you would call it a is it a cookie though? I don't know. Whatever. And you eat it at both ends, and you use it as kind of like a straw to suck up any kind of hot liquid. You could use coffee. I did hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee. Yeah, and the whole thing melts, and it's pretty bloody good. But, you know, a bit of an indulgence. Not to just something to do all the time. A cookie? Is it a wafer cookie? No, it's... To me, it feels so weird calling it a cookie, because to me a cookie is a round thing with chopped chips. So it's chocolate, I guess, cookie stuff in a rectangle with fudge sandwich in the middle, and then that's all covered in milk chocolate. Camel's had them. He had them at his house. You can get them in the States now. They import them. Gluminati says, Tim Tams are the best. My Target doesn't sell them in the US anymore. Yeah, you got to find a local distributor. He says they remind him of a Twix, but a biscuit / cookie. 40% Zed says they're biscuits. Don't listen to the illiterates. Well, I call them biscuits. It's just, I know you guys call like a scone a biscuit. Like southern food, which is a completely different thing. Or a scone. Is it packed fudge? I guess so. It's sandwiched fudge. Does that change? Biscuits are what we give to dogs, says Camel Moon. No, you know, dogs need treats too. A scone? I like calling it a scone. With cream and jam. Biscuits and gravy must sound strange to you. Very strange. That's just like, no. That's not. That's, as we say, that's just not cricket. Sangus Fungus in KSS talking about Milo. I like to put Milo on ice cream. But we just ran out of Milo, so I can't do that anymore. I can't believe I didn't finish this. Oh my god. Ah! Not good. Patrick T says, I'm glad the British lot stick to the fast food franchises. Do they? Is that a thing? I wasn't aware that that's how it was. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Let me bring that up. He's given the face palm. I'm not sure what he's referring to there. Milo. What is that? Asked John. It's imagine Nesquik, but you know Nesquik is really a fine powder. Milo is a similar concept, but instead of a fine powder, it's quite a large grain. Bigger. So think of around the size of a salt granule, but it's Ovaltine chocolate. You can eat it straight, perfectly fine. You can put it on ice cream. What the thing is you do is you mix it in milk to make a kind of Ovaltine chocolate drink, but I don't do that because I don't drink milk. So I think it's British. Maybe it's Australian. Is it Sanitarium? I don't know, actually. I don't know anymore. Who knows anymore? What in God's name is he talking about? It says Christopher Gorey. Milo. Obviously. Can I have Milo? Patrick T says that's Outback Steakhouse. What he was referring to. I had a chance to have biscuits at, what's it called? The other one I went to, not Outback, Cracker Barrel. Camel and his wife took me to Cracker Barrel, which was also good. I bought a bunch of stuff from their shop to bring home. A bit of Americana. And I had, what did I have there? I probably should have had something a bit more American, but I think I just had pancakes or something. I guess that's my fault. But I very much look forward to coming back. Sampling more of what the US has to offer. And gambling in its many fine poker rooms. Camel's talking about House Salad cartoon by the looks of it. Kelsey isn't in this one. Neither is Frager or Wanger. Yeah, I think it's very nearly finished. Milo is Australian. Excellent. That's good to hear. CG Las Vegas. Yeah, I really am looking forward to it. I got to build up my roll though. I got to build up my stash so that by the time I get over there, I'm a baller. Well, not a CG baller. A poker baller. because I currently have no role to play with. Just a man with a dream. The Golden Nugget, suggests Patrick. I'll go anywhere. Wherever the best room is. Eric says, I asked what the origin of nice was after Moromi's comment. I posted that it's the Latin word necius, meaning ignorant or unaware. I had no idea. Then I wondered how Nice in France got named. Michael Teacher says, Florida is weird, barely America, got to get you out to the heartland. Well, everywhere's America. It's just all different. I'm sure. But yeah, I want to sample more. So, you know, some different places, for sure. It is quite a way to come. And then Eric says, Michael Dietrich, you people are just jealous of our palm trees and gators. There's some shots fired. Sumo says, you get a real down-to-earth crowd in downtown Vegas. I don't know if he's being sarcastic there. Alright, everyone. I didn't make it. I didn't get there to the end. I got very close, though. Fixing up these flats. I gotta leave it there. I gotta go in for dinner. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a very illuminating conversation here in the chat. 60 watching over on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out. 7 watching on Rumble. Hail. Thank you very much. Have you backed the Lucent Waking Dream yet? I hope you have. If you haven't, you can back it right here. It's at thelucentcomic.com. 796 backers. Even if you've backed before and you want to get something else that you didn't get earlier, use the code free shipping and you can get something else. You can add it to your order without having to pay shipping twice. I'm so nice like that. In the new word, in the new sense of the term. So I think that's it from me. Milo sounds like something Flipper Jimmy would be friends with. No, Milo is great. Milo is legit. It's good stuff. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Jasper's just got here. Says, looks like I missed everything. You did. I got to run. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I will see you in a couple of days. Until then, have a good one. Bye.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig. But as a bundle, we form a mighty fact.